And welcome, divine soul, to your surrender, to your intuition flow. So, today is truly an intuitive flow. So, what I mean by that is, although I will be guiding you through a sequence and a series of movements, the way in which you move is totally up to your mind, body, and spirit. So whatever you feel you need the most in this practice, do that. So there's going to be a lot of space to allow you to move in whichever way suits you best. So tap into that. Surrender into this intuition. And what I mean by that is to really tap into what you need, what your body needs. Maybe you want to stay in a stretch for a little bit longer. Maybe you want to expand your heart and your chest and your arms a little bit wider. Just tap into that and have fun with it. So, today, very different from other practices, we're going to be starting standing up. So you can come to standing facing the long width of your mat, bring your feet about hip distance apart. Inhale, arms overhead, palms to touch. Down through heart center, exhale. Inhale, arms overhead, spread wide. Exhale down through heart center. One more just like that. And on this time, pause at the top. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale, release your right hand down and bring your gaze to follow your fingertips down to your side. Inhale, lift up, connect the palms again. Exhale, lower your left fingertips, send your gaze to follow your hand. Inhale, bring the palms to touch. Exhale, lower the right hand down by the thigh. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, down, down to touch your thigh. Bring the palms to touch. Bring the palms down through heart center. Find stillness, find connection. Ground down through your feet here. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower your hands down by your sides and begin to just knock your palms over your sit bones, just kind of knocking your bum, waking up the body, bringing in some motion, some activity, some fire, some activation into this practice today. Just a few more, breathing in and out, swaying, maybe rocking your hips a little bit more, having some fun. Beautiful. Begin now to find stillness, slowing down the sway until you come back to neutral, come back to center. Slow completely down. Inhale, spread your legs wide now. So point your toes towards the two top corners of your mat. So at that 75-degree angle. And drop down. Open up through your hips and your knees. And try to make it to where your knees are just hovered over your ankles. This is a goddess pose. And just begin to sway back and forth here. Opening up the hips gradually, waking up the body if you're doing this in the morning or if this is your first time really moving today. Just opening up the hips, swaying back and forth. If you hear any cracks, that is okay. Totally normal. Beautiful. Find stillness. Take your hands, press open your knees and your hips and your inner thighs. Feel that stretch all the way in. And on an inhale, drop your right shoulder down and just pulse for 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Again on both sides. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come back to center. Just stretch out, give yourself some space here, just for a moment. And once you've found that your hips are fully open, let's take this down. I know your legs are probably already burning. Begin to bring a dance into this. So you can watch me kind of how I'm doing it, but welcome in your intuition here. So inhale, swipe to the right or the left. Exhale, swish to the other side, and really just incorporate your arms and your legs. So you're kind of straightening when you come over to this right side and straightening the right when you go over to the left. Just a few more like this, maybe incorporating in more of the arm motion, making it bigger, making it more expressive. Beautiful. One more on the left. And when you come over to the right, pause here, straighten through your left leg, come up onto your heel, and if it's within your practice, you can drop down this right heel to the ground for your Skandasana. Spread open through the arms, send the gaze to the sky. Inhale here. If your heel is not on the ground, you can grab a pillow or a blanket, and you can just place them underneath your heel to provide some support there. And inhale, come and swipe your body, swipe it over to the top of your mat. Drop down your left knee, open up, lift your arms, roll your shoulders down away from your ears for a low lunge. Feel that stretch through your thigh as your left knee presses into the earth. Open up through your chest, create space with your inhale. Exhale, drop your palms down, straighten through your right leg and come into your half split, melting your heart and your chest over your thigh. Feel that stretch go all the way up your quad and through your calf as you flex that right foot. Just breathing here. Opening up and then bringing lengthening space to all areas of your body. Inhale, come back into lunge. Curl up your left toes. Send your right foot back into a downward dog. Press down into your heels. Spread out through all 10 fingers. Lengthen through your spine. And on an exhale, roll forward into plank or drop the knees here and come down through a chaturanga, upward facing dog, and then back into your downward facing dog, rolling over on to the toes. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your right leg forward, back into your Skandasana on the right side. And then with one fluid motion, bringing the palms together, just shifting and pressing off that right leg and switching over to your Skandasana on your left side. Open up your arms and send your gaze to the sky, engaging through your quad muscles, opening up through your hips, finding stillness, finding opening, surrendering into this possibly challenging pose. I know it is challenging for many, as well as myself. Beautiful. Inhale, switch over, frame your left foot, drop your right knee down, and come into that low lunge on your left side. Arms high, parallel to the sides of your head. Feeling the stretch all the way through that back thigh, making sure that the knee is not coming too far over the ankle. Inhale, lower your palms, frame your foot, roll back onto your left heel and drop your hips down into that half split. Inhale, create space, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, melt forward from the hips. So if you're here in this position, That is perfectly okay. Again, this is the time to tap into what your body needs. So don't worry about what I look like. Just focus on how you feel. Beautiful. Roll back onto that left foot. Curl onto your right toes and send your body back into that downward facing dog. Press down through the heels. Create space. Connect to your breath. Exhale, roll into plank. Drop down to your knees if you need it. Go through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then bring that left foot forward again and come back into your skandasana on your left side. Okay, so we are going to go through this 2 more times on each side. So stay strong, stay present. You got this. Now that you know what's coming, it makes it a bit easier, I promise. Open up through your chest. Bring your palms to prayer, to namaste, and roll on to your right foot. Open out for that skandasana on your right side. Turn out to the front of your mat. Lower down your left knee. Low lunge. Say hello to the sun, to the sky above you, or even that beautiful ceiling. Lower your hands down, half split. Exhale, inhale, rise, lengthen. Exhale, melt over your leg. Inhale, back to lunge, curl under the toes, come back into downward dog. Exhale, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Step that right foot forward for that right skandasana. Sway your body over to the left for that left skandasana and pick up the pace a little bit. Turn to the front, low lunge. Bring your arms high. Lower down your hands. Shift back on the heel, halfway split. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Roll back into that lunge and send your tailbone high for that downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Send that left foot forward, skandasana. One more time on the right. Right side skandasana. Shift into that low lunge, arms high, shoulders down. Lower the hands, exhale, halfway split. Inhale, lift, create space. Exhale, lower over your leg. Inhale, back to lunge. Curl under the toes. Send your body back to downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog or cobra when you need it. Roll back off of the toes, downward facing dog. Bring that right foot forward, right skandasana. And one more time on the left, switch over into that left skandasana. Open up through your heart. Spin out to the front of your mat, low lunge, arms high. Lower your palms. Come back into that half split. Melt over your thigh and your knee. Inhale, rise. Melt over your leg. Inhale, back to lunge. Curl under the toes. Send the tailbone high to the sky for downward dog. Roll into your plank or knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Find stillness here. Slow down your heart rate just slightly. Hope you had fun with that twisty skandasana sequence. When you're ready, step or hop forward to the front of your mat. You can bring your feet flush together, forward fold, and lift. Kind of roll with your spine for this halfway lift, And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, roll the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward fold. Lift again. Come up onto your toes now. So your heels are lifted. Your calves are being engaged. You're on your toes. And then, if you can, begin to dip down your hips and bring your arms to rise for chair pose on your toes. If this is too challenging, you can lower the heels down. It's still a challenging pose regardless, but if you can, come up onto those toes, and here is that space that I was talking to you about. So you can kind of just tap into your intuition. How do you want to move your arms? Bring an element of dance and fluidity and movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise up onto your toes again. Chair pose. Engage through the core. Add in that element of dance with your hands. Moving them and shifting them, really allowing your body to flow. Exhale, lower the heels, forward fold. Inhale, lift onto the toes once more. Chair pose. Lift the arms. Engage through the legs. Add any sense of movement you feel will serve you. Beautiful. Exhale, lower the palms to the ground. Forward fold. Breathe here. Maybe grab onto the elbows and sway a little bit. What do you need now? After that challenging chair pose sequence, connect back to your breath. Maybe just drop your hands. Maybe sway back and forth. Whatever you need, tap into that. Beautiful. Begin to find stillness. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Palms to touch. Down through center for mountain. Inhale, arms overhead. Palms to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Jump or step to the back of your mat. Come right back into downward facing dog. Press the heels into the earth. Connect. Press into your sticky mat and let it support you. Inhale, lift your right leg high and begin now to draw 3 large circles with your foot and your leg, like so. Just like that, opening up the hips. Inhale, let's begin. Creating and drawing big circles with your foot as if it is a pencil drawing on a piece of paper. Beautiful 3-legged dog, send it high. Exhale, frame the foot at the top of your mat. Extended side angle, press in through your left hand, open up. Send your right fingertips high along with your gaze. Exhale, lower your right hand. Inhale, open up through your left side. Send your left fingertips high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, both arms high for your high lunge. Lower your shoulders down now, away from your ears. Press into your left toes. Ground down through the 4 corners of your right foot. Gaze forward. Inhale with one swift motion. As you drop your arms, also pull up your leg for a warrior 3 position. Just like so, also known as airplane. Balancing, grounding down through your right rooted foot. Imagine there's roots coming out of your right foot. holding you grounded and secure into the ground. Engage through your core. Inhale in, exhale. If you want, this is advanced. Crunch that left knee into your chest. Create a ball. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, crunch. If you lose your balance, that's okay. I forgot to mention you can use your blocks here. And one last crunch. Beautiful. Extend back. Place your hands now on your mat. You're still standing firmly on that right foot. And now we're coming into a half moon bow pose. Bring your left fingertips to grab your left foot if you can. If not, you can just hold that warrior three, or you can come into a forward fold. Open out through your heart and your chest. Stack your hips and press your left foot now into your left hand, creating this half moon bow pose. Beautiful release. Straighten the leg and come now to that half moon bow pose on your right side. So adding an element of twist, pressing your foot now into your right hand, just for a breath or two. Challenging yourself, listening to your body. Beautiful. Lower down the leg, forward fold. Give that right thigh a break. That was a lot of work. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide over your head, palms to touch. Down through heart center, connect. Ground down to the earth beneath you. Inhale, arms overhead, send your gaze high. Exhale, forward fold, hands to your mat. Halfway lift, straighten the spine. Exhale, forward fold, jump or step to the back of your mat. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Maybe pedal your legs out here. Maybe shift your hips side to side. Stretch out whatever needs to be stretched out in this moment. Begin to find stillness when you're ready. On an inhale, lift your left leg high and begin now to draw those 3 large circles with your leg and with your foot, opening out through the hips, creating space, releasing tension. One more. Beautiful. 3-legged dog. Send your left leg forward, frame the foot. Extended side angle over to your left. Press in and root down through that right hand. Send the left fingertips high. Switch over to the right side. Send that left fingertips down, right fingertips high. Send the right fingertips down to the mat. Now send both hands and arms high alongside your head for a high lunge. Find stillness here. Activate through your quads and through your legs. We're working up a sweat. We're welcoming in new, vitalizing energy. Inhale in one swift motion with your arms and with your leg. Rise up into warrior 3 position. Beautiful. Ground down. Remember, imagine roots coming out of your left foot. Lift through your pelvis. Engage through your core. Straighten out through your spine. Connect back to your breath, back to your intuition. Beautiful. On an inhale, spread wide. Take in oxygen. Exhale, curl like a ball. Crunch your body in. Inhale, back to warrior 3. Exhale, scrunch. You're feeling this in your hips and your glutes. One more. Scrunch your body in. Drop your fingertips to the ground. Sense the right leg back, still hovering. Setting up now for half moon bow pose on your left side, right leg, left side. Beautiful. Send your right fingertips back to catch your right foot. Open out, stack the hips. This will actually provide a little bit of relief for the glute because we're opening out through a different part of our body. Press through the foot. Open out the chest. Maybe send your gaze high. This will challenge your balance. Beautiful. Drop the right fingertips. Straighten out through the leg. Begin to twist your body on an inhale. Lift your left fingertips and grab that foot, that right foot. Open out to your left side. Maybe send your gaze to the sky. Or if it feels better, just keep it looking down in front of you. Beautiful. Release the foot and the hands. Lower the foot down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Arms up overhead. Last vinyasa here. Palms down to heart center. Arms overhead. Inhale. Create space. Take in positive energy. Exhale. Send that positive energy down to the earth. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Jump or step to the back of your mat. Lower down through your chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Roll off of those toes. Send the tailbone high to the sky. Connect back to that grounding energy, that calming, peaceful energy. Press your heels down into your mat. On an inhale, step now to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Really sink in and melt into this forward fold. Maybe take your hands, grasp the back of your ankles, and press your chest and heart into your thighs. Feeling that stretch all the way through the backs of your legs. And on an inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly roll your body up to standing. Make the last thing to rise the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders down. Press through all four corners of your feet. Connect with the ground beneath you for your mountain pose. Slow down your breathing. Tap back into your presence. How do you feel right now? Just observe. Surrender to the feelings that may be coming up. Begin to open your eyes now, looking straight out in front of you. Without looking, try and spread your feet to the width of your mat. Send your toes out. They can be slightly over the edge of your mat, touching the ground beneath you. Place your hands over your hips. And on an exhale, lower down into a goddess squat, a froggy squat, a yogi squat, whatever you want to call it today. Drop down. Begin to just sway back and forth like we did in our goddess pose standing. And now again, I welcome you to move in whichever way you feel you need. How do your arms want to move? How do your legs want to move? Maybe you want to drop down and sway your legs side to side. I'm giving you the space here to just really tap within. Have fun with this. Stretch your body. Breathe. Just for a few more breaths here. Getting to know yourself more throughout this practice. Beautiful. When you feel called, you can begin to slow down. Drop your fingertips to the mat. Actually bring them behind you to support as you bring your sit bones to touch the earth. Bring your feet out in front of you and slowly begin to bring your body down vertebrae by vertebrae, inch by inch, down to your mat. Keep your knees bent, hip distance apart. Just ground down here for a moment, neutralizing the spine. Breathing, connecting back to the power and the rhythm of your breath. Stay here for a moment. We are getting ready to do the last exercise, the last heat generating exercise, I should say, of the practice. We're going to engage the core, the sacral chakra here. You can inhale and begin to lift the legs. Keep them at about a 90-degree angle, hovering above. They don't need to necessarily be flexed. Just keep the feet relaxed, hovering. Press that tailbone and pelvis down into your mat. Bring your arms straight out, hovering slightly over the ground. And what we're going to do is supine single leg crunches is what I like to call them. I don't know the name to them, but that pretty much sums up what we're about to do. So on an inhale, you're going to lift, extend out through the right leg, send your arms over to your left. Inhale, exhale, crunch over to the right. So it's going to go like that, and we're going to do 10 reps, so 5 on each side. And then we'll take a breather, and we will do a few relaxing stretches to finish off our practice. Beautiful. So get set up, legs hovered, a 90-degree angle, arms hovering over your sides. Inhale. Exhale, extend through the right, stretch over to the left, and continue for 10. 9, 8, really crunching through the abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Surrender to your mat. Maybe roll side to side. Releasing any tension in your lower back and spine. Beautiful. Extend out your left leg straight. Let it go to the mat. Hug in your right knee to your chest. And begin. I'm just going to adjust my mic pack for a minute. Adjust and let your right knee melt over to your left side. Send your gaze over to your right. Keep your shoulder blades pressed against your mat. You can close down the eyes or send your gaze past your right fingertips. Apply a little pressure with your left hand over your right knee to deepen the stretch. One more breath here. Beautiful. Come back to center. Squeeze that right knee into your chest once more. Switch legs. Grasp the left knee. Hug it into the chest. Extend out through your right leg. On an exhale, begin to twist and send that left knee over to your right side. Send your gaze past your left fingertips, or maybe just close down the eyes and surrender to all the feelings that are coming up, that are releasing. You are absolutely incredible. Thank your body for showing up today, for moving through all these challenging movements. And thank yourself for giving yourself the time to tap into your intuition, get to know yourself a little bit more, maybe add a little bit more fun into your life. On an exhale, come back to center, hug that left knee into your chest once more. Bring your right knee to touch the left. Hug them both into the chest again. And come into your happy baby, bringing the palms of your hands to the insides of the arches of your feet or your ankles or your calves. Once again, doing what feels right. And maybe adding a little bit of movement. One last move, one last asana to help you go inward. What do you need? Any movement that you still feel you need, apply it right here, right now. It is called Happy Baby after all, so tap into that childhood state. Beautiful. Just a few more breaths here. Massaging your spine, opening your hips, sending love to all parts of your body. Beautiful. Come back to center. Release the hands from the feet. Lower down the legs and the feet to the mat. Extend out through both legs. Send your arms out straight by your sides, palms faced up to the sky. Now is your time to fully surrender once more. Your intuition is such a beautiful and powerful tool to listen to tap into on a regular basis. You have all the answers you need within you. It is just now up to you to listen, to allow, to receive the message. What is your body telling you right now? How can you surrender into your intuition more on a daily, regular basis? How would that feel to go inward always. How much magic would you welcome in by listening to your intuition? I'm going to leave you here today peacefully in Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you need. I love you and I thank you for joining me today for this surrender into your intuition flow. I hope it served you. And namaste.